Our session will start off with His Excellency Jerry Tardieu, the Congressman from Haiti. He will give us perspectives from a national congressman and focus on local and national services, legislative issues, and laws favoring the diaspora. Welcome, Congressman.
Thank you, Madam President, Mrs. Moderator. Let me start by congratulating ECOSOC for organizing the United Nations 2019 High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development. I will be very short and concise by saying that most of LDCs actually face the same challenges, regardless of how different they are. However, they all can play on certain factors that are key. One of the first, I think, is to build resilience at institutional level. And that also means that parliaments shall propose and pass laws that support well-crafted development strategies. How do we get parliaments more engaged in LDCs and LLDCs? Often I find them absent of the discussion about sustainable development in our respective countries. Implementing reforms confirmed by Parliament have to be done while institutions are still weak and income inequalities encourage often certain populist type agendas and associate anti-business mindset as well as opportunistic behaviors at all levels, including government, parliaments, judiciary, and businessmen and women. Access to credit is also very important. It must remain an obsession, and I'm saying an obsession, for LDC leaders, especially for small, micro, and mid-sized enterprises, but also for poor smallholders or subsistence farmers in rural areas, which constitute the majority of our people. Not to leave anyone behind was the motto that was most often cited since I'm here. But in order for us to address these two important words, inclusiveness and equality, we must address the problem of development financing, given the major challenge in financing the 2030 development agenda. Financing for sustainable development, guided in particular by SDG 17 and the Addis Ababa Action Agenda, requires the actions of various actors. First and foremost, the governments. Secondly, obviously, the private sector that needs to be mobilized for long-term investment. Certainly, the parliaments. And, of course, civil society. These are key institutional actors that need to get together in order to sustain any serious long-term sustainable development agenda. I will conclude by saying that LDCs might make it on their own, but certainly will require international rules and institutions to take some corrective measures or encouraging measures. Even if some of them are successful, our LDCs remain extremely vulnerable to emerging shocks, such as climate change, of course, but the need also to balance economic growth and social priorities that are imperative. Last but not the least, we need to include the diasporas, which is a very important component of our countries, in a strategy of how to channel funds from our expatriated community to the national economies in order to sustain any reform agenda as well as sustainable development. Thank you very much for your attention. I will certainly revert if need may be during the conversation. Thank you very much for your attention.